Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Needs Garlic. Hope everyone a good afternoon. Knew whatever we're going through in life today.
Hello.
What's good? I can't whistle, so
Nah,
sorry,
okay.
Tweety. See what happens when you're not here, Tweety?
Yeah.
Gone but not forgotten.
You ruined everything.
Well, Tweety is on vacation, not only from Formers International, but from Needs Garlic as well. But we were like, you know what? We need to record right now. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know if you noticed, but once again, your boy is sick. I don't know what it is, but moral of the story is,
Stop making out with Luis.
yeah, stop making out with Louise. Take your vitamins, which I learned today from the doctor that I've been a bad boy and I don't take my medicines. Fun fact, Miguel, I don't know if you knew this. My doctor said that men 25 and older should start taking vitamins every single day. And if you don't, you'll be sick.
Miguel's like 5 years late.
That would be you, sir, because I'm younger than you.
No, now you're younger than me.
Anyways,
You want to act like
28.
I'm older.
You're 20, I'll be 28 too this month.
there you go.
I was kidding. So you
I
want
turned
to
29 this month.
Oh yeah,
And I turned 30
wait this month? You're 29 or this year?
this
No,
year.
this
I meant this year. My
I'm about to
bad.
say,
I think I did say
the
this
same
month.
birthday or one. Wait.
You're
Yeah?
thinking-
No, I was
He's,
kidding.
he's your favorite number.
I don't know.
Oh, don't say that. I was all happy with like.
No, it's the 14th. It's pretty similar.
That was my own favorite number.
Oh.
Before I met the Germany Nazis. I'm just kidding.
They
I don't know.
exist.
What does that have to do with 14?
There was 14 German Nazis. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I went to school with 14 Nazis.
Oh.
ISIS. That explains why my
Stop.
fucking Facebook got hacked.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Speaking of ISIS, no, I was kidding. No,
No,
well,
it's called is. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of Hitler, he moved to Argentina.
Oh, yeah. I heard that's a rumor. That a bunch
Rumor,
of-
there's actual like German colonies in Argentina
Oh, okay.
where they speak
But he's
nothing but
there,
German.
I thought
Is
he
that
died.
No, he's
is
probably
that
dead
why,
now, but-
like a lot of people from Argentina have like blue colored eyes.
And mustaches
Some of
like
them.
Hitler's.
You think they come from like
From that kind of
Nazi
lineage.
descent?
Nazi
Well,
descent.
maybe like
Descent.
modern.
That's not like a thing.
Descent.
I mean, like it's not
German
like a race.
descent.
Yeah, there we go. German descent.
Yeah,
Not
like
Nazi
Aryan.
Oh,
descent.
but like
That's like saying that you're assuming that if I have a child in America, they're Christian descent because majority of the population in America is Christians. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on
I
that.
think you're right though, but yeah. Okay,
Thanks.
whatever.
But anyways, yeah, I
That
have
was,
Miguel here because Tweety
Pretty
doesn't want to.
controversial.
What? Oh.
The Nazis.
Speaking
Speaking of controversial,
speaking of controversial, I have Miguel here. No, I was kidding.
Yes.
Presenting Wonder Woman. No, Miguel is here to
Most
play some
hated.
Sweetie. It's because we realized that we like him more than him anyways. So it's a good deal. But for today's episode, for the longest time, I've been wanting... Okay, I don't want to make it like a hobby of mine or whatever where I like doing this. But I've seen a lot of videos and podcasts, and they actually sat down respectfully, talk about different topics in the world that can be a little bit controversial. And that's what we're going to do today. What's it called?
a wheel.
No. What's the thing? Not only your discretion's advice, but like I said, we are not professionals. We're not geniuses. You know, this is purely based off our opinion. So don't come after us. If we trigger you,
We're looking to get canceled before we even take off.
a little bit.
Trigger
But
warning.
we all got together and we sat down and we got a spinning wheel of different topics, and we're gonna take turns and discuss our opinions, and we're gonna have Hero be in charge of the spinning wheel, and down below, right in front of me, right here, we're gonna have the topic so you can see what we're talking about, and yes, that's the wheel right there. All right, without any further ado, Hero, spin the wheel of doom.
I'm spinning.
Oh yeah, you are. We should have like an actual spinning wheel.
Yeah.
In the
like
background. And we're like, sorry if I spit on you. My bad.
it. Ooh.
Damn. Okay, so first one is animal testing.
Animal testing.
Miguel, what's your opinion on animal testing? Do you support it? Do you not support it?
I've only ever tasted beef. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a touchy topic to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, like, I guess the brands I support or whatever, like, when I think about animal testing, I think directly like makeup, right? So, like,
Right.
I don't support any makeup companies. I mean, maybe there's like...
Like you don't support it as in you don't buy it because you're a man, or you don't support it because you don't like girls wearing makeup.
No,
It is
because
reported because the company they themselves will test their products on animals.
so
That's
like,
what you meant?
well, what I meant is just like in general, like as a man,
Oh,
yeah, I never
oh.
like I don't have the opportunity to buy
To
makeup,
support it,
right? Yeah, to support it, but at the same time, like, I mean, if I found out Nike was testing their like was actually stealing golden retrievers and seeing if the basketball shoes worked on them, like that would be something to
Have you seen Airbud? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god! Stop.
No, yeah, exactly. They have to do animal testing for those little sneakers that they made for them. So like, that's cruelty to animals.
But do you think like a product like dog shoes or like dog rain boots? Do you think the intention behind those is good, even though they are testing on animals? Like for example, like let's say I want to make rubber slip-ons for dogs.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, I will need to like collect data on different kind of dogs, right, and then see how it. So like, would that be considered wrong for animal testing, quote unquote, or is it only wrong when it comes to it being a chemical product?
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. Like when it actually puts the animal in harm, that's when people are like, "Hey, chill out!" Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, yo, what you doing?
I
here?
actually worked at where they tested on animals.
Yeah, you killed rats, hero.
I
And
didn't
guinea pigs.
kill
You wanna get
them.
shot?
I did not kill guinea pigs.
Really? Why you sweating a little bit? It's cold out here. Why you sweating?
But you get such a big grin on your face. You're like, "I did not kill
I do not kill these.
guinea pigs. I
No,
murdered them."
it was they tested on a lot of different things, but the main thing it was like for the vet tech students to practice like doing stuff to them. It was
Like-
mainly rats and mice. But
Okay. Sorry. I'll let you finish your thought.
no, yeah, that was like the main two animals, but we did have like guinea pigs and stuff like that. But the rats actually were the main ones that got like tested on.
Their legs broken and stuff like that.
No.
Then they go back in and repair them.
I don't know what they were doing, but this doctor or whatever he was,
Doctor, sir.
scientist, I don't know.
Mhm.
He would implant them a metal plate on their head
What?
like that. So they had they had their head split open.
Oh,
That
I can't
plate,
do that.
the plate in their head, and it had a little red light, and I think it was picking up their brain signal. And I don't know for what.
But they didn't sew it back together or anything? It's
MK
still open
Ultra
like that?
mind control.
Well, after they were done with them, they would have us euthanize them, which was
Oh.
kill them. They would have us kill
But
them.
you would kill them.
And yes, they would have us
Confession.
kill them in a humane way, and it was terrible.
So with that being said, because I know right now you mentioned like it was mainly rats and rodents, right?
Hmm.
Do you think depending on the animal, it's okay?
I mean, it comes down to like eating animals as well. Like
Right.
everyone draws a line somewhere, right, where you can
Right. Where you
eat
can eat
certain
it,
animals, and then it feels wrong to eat other certain animals.
like a cow and a cat, for example.
Exactly, like you're most likely to eat a.
But see, like
Cow.
I think my thing is like if you told me, this is my opinion, right? And it sucks to say this, but if someone told me that they tested on a rat, it wouldn't faze me as much.
Yeah.
It sucks to say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
And, well, it's not the truth, in my opinion. But if someone were to say the same thing about a cat or like a dog, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just how you personally feel towards the certain animal that they're being tested on, which kind of sucks, but that's just the reality of how people think.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think right now, it's hard to say it's wrong, but it's hard to say it's not wrong at the same time because there's always different things, different products, different.
Well, I remember
accessories.
too the mice. Some of the mice were getting tested for cancer. I don't know what kind of cancer it was. I want to say it was breast cancer. So they would purposely give them cancer
To try to cure
to
it.
try to
You
cure
can do that?
exactly. Yeah.
Wait, so can you give a
We have the technology.
I don't know how they would secure the cancer or what it looked like, if it was like in liquid form or nothing. Like I said, I just took care of the animals.
They would give them cancer.
They would give them cancer.
He
Yeah.
would take care of the animals.
They're gonna
I
kill
didn't know that
them.
was a thing.
Yeah, they
Well,
would
okay.
give them cancer, and what is cancer? Is it like a cell thing that attacks other cells, or
I think it
It's
has
a-
to do with like
Pretty
cell
much.
division,
virus, or?
right?
A virus, I would assume.
But
Is
yeah,
it-
they would give them mice cancer, and then they
Because
would
it's-
treat them.
It's cells, right?
I don't know.
Something
I
with their
don't.
cells.
I don't want to say.
In the
what
comments below, what is cancer?
What is
You know?
cancer?
Um,
No, yeah, they would give it to them and then try to cure them, and then it just that's the
crazy.
program that they had.
Okay, so then final answer right now.
But see, like curing cancer is a good
Oh.
thing, though.
But I mean, is it a good thing to intentionally give someone cancer just to cure it or find a cure? Because at the end of the day, like if you were to give a rat cancer, and let's say you failed, you gave a perfectly healthy rat
It's because
cancer for
también
no reason.
we put our humans put each other on a higher level than animals.
No doubt, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, human life is valued
you know,
more
so
than,
like
Until
than
the
a
apes take
rat.
over.
exactly, yeah. You know, so
Planet
it's
of the
kind of
Apes.
like for humanity, we're gonna give this mice cancer. You know,
I mean,
I'm not saying that's right. I'm
No,
just
yeah,
saying that's
right.
their way of
That's the
thinking.
mindset, yeah.
So for
Yeah.
humanity, I'm gonna beat up your imagine. But no, I get you. I feel like there's always gonna be a way to make it okay.
Yeah.
Time of the day. So I mean, I don't know.
Overall, though,
Yeah, final answer overall.
I think I'm gonna say that it's not okay, and
Alright.
a lot of it depends on what the product is. But for the most part, no. I want to say no. I feel like we can make the technology to have it to where it's safe to see if it's good on a human, and the things that they should try it, not things, but the people they should try it on were like, hey, you might die anyways, but we can try this, Hail Mary, you might get saved, or you're gonna die anyways, kind of thing. But it's up to the
Right.
patient.
I get you. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
really. It's like it's an experiment, but you're part of it. You're agreeing to it. You're already dying anyways, so let's try it out, kind of thing. I know that sounds kind of weird too, but
Yeah.
that sounds better than like, hey, let's purposely give this animal cancer or something like that.
Oh, right.
And same with products. I feel like product like shampoo and stuff like that, you can always just have it not tested and just really look at it and see, like, is this gonna harm humans? Like, are we putting something in a shampoo that's gonna harm humans, and then maybe we shouldn't put it and find a way, another way to make your hair soft and make it smell good. Like,
But I think with that though, it's hard to figure out
Yeah.
how, because at the end of the day, like the way skin works, animals and humans, it's gonna be different.
yeah.
And I'm not saying this. Don't quote me on this, please. But I'm not. But I've heard that a lot of animal skin is more durable than human skin.
Yeah.
So if it like damages them, then obviously it will damage us.
It's because every animal is different too.
Yeah.
So it's like
Like a
that's why they
polar
get
bear.
the one that's
And a rat.
gonna be similar to ours.
like a dog.
That's why they get the rat king, and then they're like, hey, man.
But overall, no.
I'm gonna
Big
say
no-no?
I'm gonna say it's not a good thing. It's
I'd say it's like 50-50. Like, just because going to it, like, yes, on the FDA side, USDA side, whatever, like, yes, we should have, like you said, if you know this is a corrosive material, like, why would you put it in a,
Yeah.
Right.
in the same way, like, but also, I mean, just think of like anti-venom, right?
Ooh, I like that.
A snake, you can take the venom of a snake, inject it, into a rat, whatever, and then if you can reverse that with the same anti-venom, like,
that's a good thing overall.
There you go.
Yeah.
so it's I mean, that's the whole thing about all this is controversial. Like, we all have our own take on it. Like, we
Yeah,
can say
yeah.
like, you can think that way and be like, okay, well, you're not wrong because that's how you feel. Like, in the same way, like, it
It's
does
'cause
have
some
its
people
purposes.
put animal lives equal to human
Yeah,
life,
exactly.
which I think that's wrong, but
For sure.
that's controversial.
Yeah, but to go on to the next topic, overall, I think that we shouldn't test on animals. Yes, I hear what you were saying about like how we're trying to like give the rats cancer to find a cure for cancer, and that's fine and everything. But I just think there's multiple ways to. I think you can even test on. No, come on, wrong. You can test with humans by if cancer is cellular, right? Let's just assume that before I'm proven wrong. Why can't they just like extract cells from a human, and then on a circle dish, whatever it's called,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
then
petri dish,
you
yeah.
enter the cancer cells on there. You see how that reacts to your cells, and then try to use that same dish, different liquids. Like it's,
comments. The problem with that, Oscar, is that you don't understand it.
the
If
problem with that,
only
Oscar, that
you
you don't know how to
knew.
call it. So I was kidding. But I don't know. Let's do the next one.
I'm sure there's a lot of ways you can and can't do things. But yeah, let's move on. Spinning the wheel.
Next topic: Tweety's lump. Very controversial.
Bring it back.
Wow. Next topic is gay pride, the LGBTQ plus community.
Let's go.
Let's go with Miguel first. Miguel, what's your overall take on that, buddy?
Wrong.
Allah. Okay.
Well, no, just even, I mean, if you look at the natural order of things, right? I mean, just through procreation and stuff like that, we see it even in nature. Like, okay, people give the example of two dogs, right? Like a male dog will literally just go hump a male dog, but they're doing it out of that lust, that pleasure, right? That comes with it. In the same way, like where, I mean, nowadays you look at it like, why is it that, okay, me as a straight man, I don't make it my personality that, hey, I'm out here banging chicks. Like, even if that was the case, which is not the case, but if I was out here just saying, hey, I'm having sex with this girl, that girl, whatever, like, people would look at me and say, okay, dude, like, get over it, like, whatever, you know?
Grow like a hothead. Like
yeah. In the same way with, like, the average homosexual, like, that is their personality, right? Like, hey, look how many, you know, look how many times I've, you know, trigger warnings, but look how many times I got railed. Look how many, like, all this and that. And it's like,
it's more like a bragging thing.
It's a bragging thing. And the thing is people say, well, what do you care about what people are doing behind closed doors? And this is the thing, whenever it leaks behind the closed doors and you're trying to do it out in public, like with the gay pride thing, like, it's a celebration of the same debauchery, but like when you involve kids in it, you know, why is it that a lot of homosexuals have a propensity to pedophilia? Like, why is it that they have a propensity to grooming kids? Like, it's just, you know, that might not be their take, but that's my take, right? Like, in the sense of, from what I've seen, from what you, even throughout history, right? Back in what, I mean, this country was founded about 1776. So we had laws in this country in the 13 colonies that were buggery laws. So it was, if two men were found together, right, they were brought out into the city and they were stoned in front of everybody. But it's almost word for word what it is in Leviticus 20:13. So it's like, even society understands that, hey, this is bad. The same way with stealing, right? We know as a society, hey, you shouldn't be a thief.
Right.
In the same way, like, hey, that's that, like, if you would ask the average person, Christian or not, do you want to see two dudes banging? They will tell you no. If you ask the average woman, hey, do you want to see two dudes banging? They'll say, no, that's disgusting. It's like, because, yeah, like, even if you were to say, like, hey, do you just want to see porn? Like, that's just stuff people don't want to see, right? Like, of course, everybody does it, right, at one point in time in their life, hopefully, right? But
please don't look at my search history.
It's right here. No, I was kidding.
We printed it out. No, but even just continuing with that is like, they're like, okay, plain and simple, yeah, I don't agree with it, whatever. But the reason why I guess I feel strongly about it is because of my religious background, my faith. But more than that, it's just like the examples I gave throughout history. The reason why a lot of even empires fell is because they fell into sodomy. They fell into idolatry and they fell into sodomy. You look at the Greeks, you look at the Romans, you look at the Babylonians. Like, these were cultures that were always on the road, basically. They were constantly conquering different lands and different whatever. So they spent so much time away from their wives that they ended up messing with each other.
Making it okay.
Like, even a lot of people argue, why do Christians celebrate Christmas if its roots are Saturnalia? And Saturnalia was just these big orgies that the Romans used to have. So
I didn't even know.
Me either. That's of the day.
But yeah, like, it's stuff like that. Like, just that type of sexual deviancy, like, in general, is our, like, we get it. Like, we're all horny creatures or whatever, but you keep that to yourself. You know, like, even just, we all know a dude that can't be at the grocery store unless, like, he's just like, oh, damn, look at her. Oh, look at her. Like, we all know a guy like that. And even that's annoying. Yeah. But, like, even then, too, just, I don't know. I mean, you guys probably even know a gay dude that's flamboyantly out there and is like, hey, girl, you know, this and that. It's like, come on now. Like, nobody really wants to hear that. And then it's just pride in general. is, I mean, pride leads to the fall. I mean, everybody knows that. You know, it's a story of Icarus. You know, he flew too high, wings were burned. So it just goes with that, right? I mean, I'm just ranting at this point, but you know, that's just how I feel.
I'm just kidding. No, no, I get you, and oh my God, I'm getting more stuffy and stuffy here. So excuse me. But no, I've grown up in a sense of like, respect other people. Treat them with respect, right? And growing up, I've had gay friends, right? Um, now this is where it gets tricky because the friends that I've had, I'm not saying that they're different, but they didn't make it their whole shtick, right? Like they knew me as a straight man, so they were like, hey, like, I understand that you're straight. I'm not gonna mess with you in that way. We're friends. I have that boundary.
Yeah.
And then that's good, and then if there are people that were out there that we were friends, but they wanted to like do stuff like that, I would be like, you're not really a friend. You need to get away from me.
Yeah.
But moral of the story is like these friends of mine, they didn't go out. They were like, oh, I'm gay. Like I want fucking dicks my ass. Like no, like they weren't like that. And I know a lot of the times there are people out there that are like that.
Yeah.
And me personally, like kind of like Miguel said, like I find it like I find it uncomfortable because like he said, I'm not making my straightness a thing. And I'm not saying I never once said that, oh, you're gay, I hate you. No.
Yeah.
But the moment like they face something that's like not in their way, they're the victims, right? And that's
Right,
another thing I
right.
want to bring up is like a lot of the times I think they make it their life agenda, not everyone, to not really spread the word, but they want to make everything gay.
Yeah.
And
I think so,
that's
too.
and I think that's wrong because like at the end of the day, like if you want to go and you want to do what you want to do, like that's fine, but don't, like he said, don't make kids get involved. Don't try to make your agenda to try to turn people into being gay. And then on the other side, I don't like the fact that people are forcing even young kids to be like, hey son, like if we think you're a girl, by all means you're a girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
that is a whole different thing, but like no, we'll touch on it. So like that's the thing that comes part of the whole LGBTQ is like now there's so many different genders. There's like I don't know, there's like a bunch. And I talked to you about this one time. I was like, what would you do if your son was like, oh dad, I'm a girl? And you told me you're like, no, you're not. And that's the thing, like a lot of people are allowing it to be okay, and
like,
it's
oh,
not
you're
okay.
a girl. Let's go get you a dress now. Let's
No,
do this,
exactly.
whatever.
And then I remember this one story that this lady, she had a son, right? And she was talking to even Steve Crowder, or what's the other guy? Ben Shapiro, is that his name?
Well, yeah.
Well, like they were one of those, or I could be someone else, but they were talking about how like this girl, this mom, she told her son that he was a girl,
Mhm.
and that like that she should go and do the hormones like young age.
Yeah.
And this person was like, well, does she know? Does she know about this stuff? And then she was like, yeah, of course she does. And she's like, well, my son plays with trucks and watches movies and plays and watches cartoons. Like never
Yeah.
once he brought up like all this LGBTQ stuff. And I'm like, well, whatever I just said. And that just goes to show that like there are a lot of people that are allowing this to be okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And to each their own. And if you want to do that, like if you want to go and you want to be a wolf, for example, then by all means, like do it in your own terms. Like don't make it like, oh, I'm a wolf, everybody's no, you're a wolf, you're a wolf. I don't know, like like it's stuff like
Don't force
that,
me
like,
to live in your false sense of reality.
exactly.
when-
That's the moral of my story and
Yeah.
my rant
Yeah.
is like, you do you, and that's fine. But if once you cross the line of like you're making it to where you want everybody to do your thing and look at your point of view, that's not where it's okay with me. And thankfully, like I said, I've had friends that they had those boundaries. They're not out there like waving a flag and all that stuff. Now, do they celebrate it? I mean, I would assume they would, right? I mean, that's part of their community and that's fine. But overall, like I'm not gonna say that I'm against it, but I am against specific parts of it. Overall, like I said, I respect people and their mindsets, even though I don't agree with them, and that's fine. There's things that I don't, well, I mean, you don't agree on, but
Yeah.
you're not shitting on me for it. So same like that. But the moment that Hero is like, Spider-Man's gay, we're fighting because
It's on site.
because that's fucked up. But like I don't know. I think it's just hard to say where I'm at with that stuff. So I'm just gonna say that I'm neutral. Where I am okay with it, and then I'm not okay with it, depending on circumstances. I don't know about you.
No, wrong. What'd you say earlier?
Wrong.
No, I mean, a lot of the things y'all said, it's kind of I agree with most of it. I don't support it, but like, I'm also like, if someone's like, "Hey, I'm gay," I'll be like, oh, "Okay, cool." Like, I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really gonna tell you, "Hey, I don't support the gays."
Or
Or
someone who would
I wouldn't be one of those people that go to the
Yeah.
parade to just
to support your friend.
to go like.
Hey,
mess
I have a
with
black
them.
friend.
Yeah, like to mess
I'm
with
not
them.
racist. I don't have a
Like
black
I wouldn't do all that.
Right.
Like,
friend. Yeah.
and I mean, like, I also had one gay friend that I can think of, but
Oh, Tweety.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he's our friend. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I know a
it just,
gay guy.
Oh shit.
No.
It just didn't become the center of us hanging out or something. Like,
Right.
we would just hang out to play video games, and that was it. Like,
Yeah.
Video games. No, I was kidding.
but that was it, and I just like me
Perfect
saying
fine.
it. I don't support it. Like, and if you're gonna hate on me for that, then there's nothing I could do.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather you not be gay, but if you're gay, like, there's not really nothing I can do, nor am I trying to over here change the gay world to
Yeah.
make it not gay. I'm going to
For
believe
sure.
what I believe, and if that makes you mad, then that's on you. I'm not mad that you're gay. I just rather wish
You just don't. I mean, it's
Don't
something
agree
you don't
with-
agree with. It's
don't
like
agree with
Yeah,
it.
and like you said too, like with your friend, I mean, like it goes back to boundaries. If you're able to
Yeah.
respect him and his boundaries, and then vice versa,
Yeah.
and y'all can keep that separate and keep your friendship genuine. Like y'all watch football together, y'all watch whatever, y'all hang out
Mhm.
genuinely as friends.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But it's not until one of y'all starts like making it a thing to where like, if I'm gay, you're gonna be part of the gay community. You're gonna be gay too. You're second my dick tonight.
Yeah,
You're doing
yeah.
it right now, putting up the ass. You
Yeah.
know, like, but it's like I don't know.
Not just because I'm your friend, I support every single thing y'all
Exactly.
do or say.
Yeah, like you don't support my drinking problem. No, I was kidding.
So we're not drinking after this?
Oh,
Nah,
shit.
just kidding. Miguel's taking his first shot
I'm going home.
in
We'll
13
do-
years.
We'll do the next one.
Last one?
Yeah,
Maybe?
we'll do possibly last one. Maybe we'll do an encore.
That was a tough one, man.
It
Oh,
wasn't
this
tough.
one's a
Kidding.
little more lighthearted, I think. And yeah.
All right, Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Now you're probably
What's
wondering-
controversial about this? I don't know what's
So the biggest thing about Pokemon Go is that if y'all don't know, Pokemon Go became a huge thing in
2016?
yeah
2016.
and the message or the attempted message that they wanted to come across was, if instead of being home all day inside, why don't you go outside, walk around, try to catch Pokemon? And basically it's just to be outdoors more, be a social butterfly, meet
Mhm.
people, make it an agenda to like accomplish something that's not inside your home or your room. And it's a good experience. Now the problem with that is the bad thing about it is that like people are still saying that like, oh, it's dangerous because people are just out and about late hours. They're always watching their screens. They cause accidents. I'm not saying like this is 100% true, but I've heard some cases of like even like underage girls that play are out and about late at night, and then some things happen. So that's just the biggest thing about Pokemon Go is that, like, is it right? Is it safe? Did it do its purpose or did it backfire? Like that's the biggest thing.
Okay.
Overall, I like the intention of it. I really do. I know COVID kind of like fucked it up, but they adapted to where like you can like move around in your phone, so it went back to being like a mobile game at home.
Oh, okay.
But before that, like I did like the idea of like you get to pick your own team. You
Yeah.
are joining a community where you're gonna fight your enemies or you're gonna work together to do a raid, which is a big Pokemon. Do I feel like it can get dangerous? Yes, just because you have to understand that like these places, these
Yeah.
Pokemon stops, they're anywhere.
Mhm.
Sometimes in dark places. Sometimes you want to go out by yourself because you have no friends to go. Not like that. I mean, like your friends are busy
Yeah.
or something. Like you have to go by yourself. But I don't know. What do you think about that, Miguel? Huh. So I was looking at you, but then you were
Oh,
drinking
yeah,
water.
no,
I was
yeah,
like,
sorry.
I was
That
like,
time, I didn't know you were about to stop talking.
sorry, it's okay. But what do you
You
think
can
about
go
that,
ahead.
Miguel?
I mean, I'm not a mobile gamer like that. I could
Price pick?
care less. Oh, yeah.
Price picks.
Family?
The link will be in the description, so that way we get $25.
Nice.
Nah, like I mean, I know the concerns of it. Like, yeah, with people that were texting and driving.
I was actually thinking about that.
Yeah, because some people just didn't even care to actually like get off. They just wanted to drive by and do it. And then yeah, like two people know, right? Like, oh, this is a Pokemon stop or whatever, a Pokestop, whatever. So I'll set up a trap and then we'll freaking rob these guys or whatever it is. So stuff like that, yeah, will make you vulnerable. I mean, it's just like with everything in life, though. I mean, you gotta your own precaution, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't think that should be a thing to stop the whole. Like, we shouldn't do Pokemon Go because people are getting killed over it.
Right. And I mean, yeah, like, I'm not saying that nothing bad happens, but I'm just saying, like, don't quote me on this, please. But the ratio of, like,
Quoted.
that actually happening
Yeah.
is very low. And, I mean, I think if you're smarter about it, like Miguel said, it's just like...
Don't go out super late.
Yeah,
Go out
like-
with a group of friends.
let someone know where you're at.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Let someone know where you're at, where you're going. You know, stuff like that you would normally do for anything else, too. Like, if you're going out for a late night run,
Yeah.
like, that's also dangerous.
Or for a beer, whatever.
Yeah. Don't drink and drive at.
But yeah, I don't know.
It just depends how you handle it and make yourself.
Handle it.
if you're over 34 years old, you shouldn't be playing Pokemon Go. Just want to throw that out there.
Loquito.
Wrong.
Just kidding. Omar's in his 40s now playing Pokemon Go, so that's something.
R.I.P.
He needs to come on here so people know how he looks like.
Like a furry. Oh, that came out wrong. God damn it. I meant to tell like he was hairy. Not spoiler, but I have you know that Dario was supposed to come on his garlic and he flaked.
What
Can you believe that?
That's 2 flakes for the price of 1.
the?
Yep.
Wow.
It's okay. I didn't want him on here anyways. Because he had to work. Bitch.
Gotta
I was
make
kidding.
money.
Imagine. No, I was kidding. I don't mind him. He's all right. Sometimes he's made the gym, but whatever. It's cool. But yeah. Any more final thoughts on any of these topics?
I mean, I feel like we didn't get to go deep enough, but I mean,
Right.
we still.
We do one
Scratch
more.
the surface.
We doing one more?
If you want.
Yeah, one more. You down? All right, make it a good one.
All right.
Abortion. No, I was kidding.
I mean, it's
Wrong.
on there.
Watch it is down.
It is. That's a good one.
Which was that one?
It's gun control.
gun control. Allah.
Who's gonna go first?
I think as an American, I will allow Miguel to go first on this one.
10-4.
Just because I like hearing his. Well, I like. Never mind. I'm
Just
not kidding.
go.
I'm
Just go,
kidding.
Miguel.
As a licensed handgun, licensed to carry handgun, whatever person.
Right.
I mean, can I or?
Mine is I get scared.
They don't know what a gun is.
She pulled out too. She's like, sorry.
All right, just go.
No, okay, no, but yeah, I mean, Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Really, the right to self-defense. Also, I mean, if we can't maintain the right to defend ourselves or to have some type of means, it's. I mean, what are we doing? Like most, let's say, like dictatorships or like communist regimes, that's the first thing they do is they disarm the people. Like in China, that's what the main thing they did. They started disarming the people. When you subjugate a people and they can't fight back, that's the whole reason why we were even able to win the Revolutionary War was because we had a militia. We had different militia set up, helping on top of that. Like, so it wasn't just like, oh, the army. No, it's like, oh, people literally took up their own firearms and were like, hey, I'm going to defend my country. I'm going to defend my, my way of living. And it's the same way today. Like, yes, because even the main thing is like people say there should be more checks and this and that. But those are people that have never actually bought a firearm. Like, as someone who's bought multiple firearms, had to go through the actual training to get my license to carry. Like there's a lot of paperwork that goes into it. There's a lot of background checks that go into it.
Is it
So
easier to get a gun now?
with my license to carry, yeah, because I've already done all those background checks and I've like shown my proficiency and. But like before,
like, is it easy enough to like? Because like, well, specifically with school shootings, like, I just feel like we have a lot of them.
well, and even then, that happens in gun-free zones, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like shooting fish in a barrel. Like if I go somewhere where I know no one else has a firearm,
But what if we had gun control to just not have less guns for people to not shoot the schools?
it's like the same thing with the war on drugs. You know, we've had the war on drugs for the past 40 years, but you can still, you know, you could probably hit someone up right now and buy weed or something like that. Like the war on drugs hasn't helped. So
Yeah.
same thing with gun control. Like there's still going to be a black market for weapons in the same way. And at least like, you know, people say, oh, well, there should be like
Put your
a
water.
I finished it.
your sponsored
The
smart
whole
water.
bottle?
Yes.
You want a soda? Okay.
Dr. Pepper.
I'm having a breakdown, everybody. Sorry. Okay.
You look like you want to say something.
No, I was just thinking that what most people say about it. Because for the most part, I think I agree with you, but it is just some stuff that comes up. Like, you know, if we have such a good handle on gun control, or it feels like we do, or we think we do, then like it just like the school shootings are so high here in the U.S. compared to most countries, like ridiculously high, and it's kind of like, do we need gun control because we have a lot of school shootings, or does it relate to something else? Why these kids are shooting other kids at schools? Like,
It goes back to, and people will say mental health, but really I think it's a spiritual health thing. So people that don't have the fear of God, I mean, I would never, as a firearm owner, I mean, I have an AR-15. I got multiple 30-round magazines, but I would never think to go into a school and just shoot kids up. Like, that doesn't intrigue me. That doesn't entice me. Going to a mall and shooting people up, like, it's never crossed my mind. Like, I always say, I tell my mom, I pray that I never have to use my firearm outside of, like, a shooting range or outside of a controlled environment. Like, because nobody wants to have to, but that just goes beyond that, like, in the same ways. Like, what was it, like a couple of years ago, that one dude that started mowing people down during a Christmas parade, like, just cause, like, in a car.
Yeah. I saw that.
You know? So it goes back to that. Like, can we, saying we need to regulate firearms and gun control, it's like, are we trying to regulate death? Because we really can't. Like, people die all the time. People die in different manners. Like, so it just, I mean, it already is hard to get a firearm, you know, because of how many checks you have to go through and stuff like that. But that's also the thing, is that most people don't know it because most people don't own firearms. Like, at the same, like, you look at your average firearm owner, they have multiple firearms, as opposed to, like, there being, and even then, right, like, when COVID was happening, the biggest demographic of new firearm owners was single mothers. So even then, you know, going back to, like, even the Pokemon Go thing, a lot of women do feel unsafe. So I've always said the number one equalizer between, let's say, a woman and a 200-something pound man like me is a 9mm. Like, that's, you know.
Yeah.
So it goes back down
you're
to
telling
it.
me you can't catch bullets?
With my teeth, yeah.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't regulate. I think but it's because, like Miguel said, like a lot of times when you have these school shootings, let's just make a scenario. You're my dad.
Yeah.
Finally, I have a dad. Let's say you have a gun in the house, right? I'm your 17-year-old son.
Okay.
You're out of work, and I went to school.
Mm-hmm.
I've been depressed. People are bullying me.
Talking to
I
me.
know, huh?
Talking to
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me rephrase the whole story. When I was a boy, I had no father. And I was kidding you. But anyways, you're my dad. I'm 17. You have license to own a gun. And I go to school. People are bullying me. I'm depressed.
Yeah.
I know how to get your safe or whatever. Take your gun. So how can you regulate that? You know? Now that goes into that's a household thing.
Yeah, I
That's a
see that more as
household thing.
parenting. Like,
But that's the thing, though. A lot of the times, don't call me, that's what I would like to assume. Like obviously, like a 15, 16-year-old can't go get a gun, right? To be with 18, right? So whenever you see a guy walking in with a AK-47,
Well, sometimes the school shooters, are they under or over 18? What's the majority?
Sometimes
they're underage, no?
Yeah, because at least
Well,
in the
if
state
high
of
school-
Texas, you can get a rifle like an AR-15 or a hunting rifle at 18, but to own an actual like handgun, you have to be 21.
Yeah. So then, and then a lot of times too, how it's hard to regulate something when the number one reason he did it was because he was mentally ill.
Hmm.
Was he? I don't know.
Or like anger issues or something
Like something mental.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that's because I've seen 3 cases where there's a school shooting, and he's not dead, especially in Texas, with death penalty, but he gets away with it because not away with it, but he goes to jail time, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But because he's mentally ill.
Yeah, that's
So
what they'll claim.
when you have stuff like that, and that's just that's one prime example. It's hard to regulate something that you can't really control, or you have to his word against mine. Now, obviously, it like branches off because nowadays it's hard to tell. I'm not saying it's not valid, but it's hard to tell when someone's actually mentally ill.
Yeah.
Because there's like so much that goes on in the world, and
it just feels like there's a bigger issue other than the gun control.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, like there is kind of like what you said like a long time ago on our podcast. You're always gonna have evil and good. You're gonna have the men and women out there, or whatever you are, have the weapon you need, but you're gonna be responsible.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a secure way of having your weapon. My brother-in-law has a gun and a license, and I trust him. I know how he is as a person, and there's stuff like that where you're gonna have people like that, but you're also gonna have to understand that you're in the world where there's people that are corrupted and evil, and they have pleasure in having that power. Like if someone pointing a gun to me,
yeah,
I bet you they love that power. Like, I'm vulnerable. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So of course, whatever you want, I'm gonna do. You want my money? You want my underwear? Take it. Like I don't care. Like I'll be butt naked for you. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna die. I don't want to die.
yeah,
And that's just how it is. And I know I'm going like way beyond the actual idea of regulating or having gun control.
yeah,
But that's how much it branches off.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, no more guns. We're done as a country.
Yeah.
Because then it goes back to like messing with our amendments. It goes back to like, are we even a country anymore?
We have to regulate everything. Like we have to regulate alcohol because we have to mitigate drunk driving. And
I was kidding.
But yeah, like even that, like it's not everybody gets behind the wheel drunk. So same thing. Not everybody that owns a firearm is gonna go out and shoot up a school in the same way.
Yeah.
Because even it's not black and white.
Yeah.
that's the whole point of these topics.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think overall, if you're smart about it, you're responsible about it, then obviously you can have your gun. But like Miguel said, like they triple check all that bullshit and they make sure that the person getting the gun is good. It's just like like there's always I always think to myself, if there's a will, there's a way, and I hate that it's for both sides of the world, evil and good. So I mean, unfortunately, we had school shootings here. Obviously, we don't like it.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that it does go to he's mentally ill. Like you don't understand, he's going through something like. And I don't know. What's my son in? I'd be like, "You're done. Get out."
Yeah.
You're done. I was kidding.
You're done. No.
But yeah, I think that's overall the way it is right now with gun control. We leave it.
We leave it. Yeah.
There's no messing with it. There's no taking away our guns. I mean, am I gonna ever have a gun? Probably not. But I mean, I'm not gonna be like, if I don't have one, he can't have one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause it's not. It's a choice. Like.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like we can't get rid of choices in America because then we're not America.
America.
George Washington once said to me, "You grow up, boy. You're gonna have trust and decisions, and choices."
He said that. George Washington.
And he said, "Watch out for the military-industrial complex
That
and the
wasn't my
Federal
dumpster.
Reserve."
It was, but hey, that's my other dad. He's the father of our country, and he's my dad, so I trust him. I was kidding. I was
You
dumb.
are my dad.
You're not my dad.
Please
All right. Well, that's gonna end the episode today.
don't hate us.
Yeah, this is just something that I want to
Hate
talk
me.
about, have some more discussions, and
What do you?
Like I
what's your
said-
thing most hated?
Hashtag most hated.
But yeah, like I said, we're not geniuses. Not everything we say is facts. All of this is just our opinion and our truths. So like Hero said, don't come after us. But we're gonna go ahead and end the episode with song of the week. It was gonna be my turn, but I will gladly give it to you if you would like to have a song of the week this week.
It is an original creation by a friend of mine called Chewy. It goes like this. My life be like, oh,
All right.
nah. I don't know. I didn't think I would get this far.
I didn't know either. If not, I would have told you.
No, I like surprising people on the episode. I always surprise Hero and Tweety. Well, not Tweety. I always tell them.
I just
because Tweety
forget.
takes forever. Tweety's like, oh, it's my turn? Oh, it's my turn? No, but we can go with my song of the week.
Unless you can think of one.
Yeah, I thought of one.
You thought of one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go for it. Boom.
It's
Barbie Girl by... No, I was kidding. Yeah.
it's by Hank Williams Jr. It's called All My Rowdy Friends Have Settled Down.
All my rowdy friends.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just
Interesting. I have no idea
Well,
what
it
that
goes
is.
well.
All right, so we'll see you guys next episode on Knees Garlic International. I was kidding.
International.
Deuces.
Bye.
Peace out.